Good day, everyone. Thanks for joining us here in the charts. You tuned into the Crypto Flight Edition. It is your fellow compadre speaking. Today we'll be exploring the BTC USD pairing. It appears BTC is looking extremely aggressive. I want to show you guys the one level that it must stay above in order for it to really crank this price to the upside. I think there's some interesting price action that we're going to be dealing with here over the next 72 hours. So let's go ahead and see what we have. Loyal subscribers, welcome back. If you're new, consider joining us on this interesting journey. Let's go ahead and dive right into the charts here, shall we? All right, so today is March the 31st, 2021, and the current price of BTC is going to be $59,234.00. It's up approximately 0.6% for the day. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Hopefully you guys are doing well. So I pulled back up the rising wedge. So here's what I've been following, guys. Okay, that's it. A little messy. What you're witnessing on the screen is these are the 3-day candles. Now notice this candle has about 8 hours to close. Now the most important level for me to see BTC get above was this red line, which is currently at $57,600. I think we actually posted a video about that. Hopefully we'll have a link for it. Now this is really important, guys, because let's just pull it up the lower time frames. Take a look at the daily. Okay, so the daily has an official close above this line. This candle here is looking a little bit sketchy here. But what I will say is what we go over on the charts, what we go over on the channel in the charts as well is support, resistance, and patterns. The previous level of support can be identified, assuming that I have the rising wedge placed correctly, is going to be the lower line down here of support, okay, as it broke down, okay, it broke down from that support line, and right now it's broken above that red line, which is the first good thing. Now it must get back above this potential resistance line overhead. Ascending support lines, when it's broken back above, is a little bit more complicated, or a little bit more difficult rather, to get back above. I've noticed in my very brief understanding of looking at candlesticks and charts, patterns and stuff like that. So if this market actually gets above this level, let's just say it happens within the next 48 hours. So if it doesn't happen today in 8 hours, it's going to be $62,411. And of course, it goes in increments of, I'm not sure what the increments are. Let's see. The 63,322. Hopefully I didn't say the first one incorrect. Let's just do it again. So 62,473 and 62,000 and like 63,200 is kind of, it varies there. Just that range, 62 up to $63,000. We should see a test or an obliteration of that level, I'm going to say, over the next 48 to 72 hours. I think that BTC is on the right track. It's obviously in an overall uptrend. It is walking up the stairs. I think it's in its best interest to get back above this potential support line that I think is pretty clear. We can actually get rid of this green line right here. That was at $48,000. It didn't quite make it all the way down to that level. For those of you who actually listened to that video about the 45,000 BTC, yeah, we weren't saying that it's actually going to get down to 45,000 on that day. We just simply had a range for you wonderful folks. 48,000 all the way up to 57,000. It's obviously above that level. So yeah, let's just erase this for now, the 48,000. If it just so happens to get back below 57.60, yeah, we just have to put that line back on the chart. It's just a range that I was able to identify from the higher time frame. So that's where the market is right now. We're up against a potential breakout. Let's see if we can pull up some indicators here. Okay, so notice how the stochastics RSI, for those of you who don't really understand what the stochastics RSI is, when the blue line is above the red line here, that means that there's bullish potential in the market, and the blue line is clearly above the red line here. So apparently there is bullish potential in this market. Obviously, it's going up. And as far as the RSI is just kind of hanging out, right? I guess there has been a recharge. Typically when you're like in a bullish trajectory, the 50 level acts as like 50 to 40. Let's just put a line at 50 right there. Like it stays above that relative range. Notice how you continue to get like touch points, broke below, but it broke back above. This is just an indication that the 50 level is more important from a daily's perspective here. And one thing that I am noticing is we're still up against experience bearish divergences on the chart. The only thing to really make sure that the bearish divergences will become null and void is it needs to break above the all-time high and stay above the all-time high, which would be located right here at this red line, which is like $61,200. Okay, and again, that's as far as my understanding. Okay, in order to kind of make a bearish divergence null and void, it just has to break above the most recent high and then stay above that level and just continue the trajectory. And at that point, what will happen to the RSI? Again, guys, this is just according to my understanding, right? I put a descending line, something like that, right? So at any moment, if the bearish divergence is null and void, what will happen is the RSI would actually break above the resistance level that's been holding the RSI activity down. It's really simple. It's just support, resistance, and of course patterns, right? And in this case, this is the resistance level that's holding the RSI down. I can't make that up. One touch point, two touch points, and of course you got the third touch point and potentially the fourth touch or breakthrough. Okay, and in this case, we're just dealing with resistance, and of course, and if it breaks through, then of course it breaks through, right? And it just continues up. And that, in my book, remember guys, very, very brief, this makes the bearish divergence become null and void when the RSI breaks through the resistance. Okay, hopefully that made sense. And that's pretty much what I have. So right now, what I can say essentially is the RSI has more room to go up before it actually finds any resistance. That's one thing. The stochastics RSI is still pointing. The blue line is above the red line, pointing to the upside. That's another bullish case. The market has broken above so far that $57,600 level. That's another bullish potential in the market. Guys, things are going to be very interesting over the next 72 hours. So the only level that I would be paying attention to in terms of playing this market to the upside. By the way, we're currently not in the market. Guys, remember, we own BTC, so we kind of play in the markets with little small positions. The only level for the bullish case for the market that it needs to stay above in order to continue to the trajectory to the upside, to at least test or obliterate the 60,000 or $62,000 low that we said, it needs to stay above $57,600. It's been the same level that we've been talking about. In terms of the range, that was the line in the sand for me to understand whether or not the market will go higher. 57.6 is above that level. Let's see what happens within the next 72 hours. You have the level that it needs to stay above in order to continue to go above potentially $60,000. So that's my prediction. If it stays above it, yeah, it'll continue higher. So it's going to get interesting in the markets, guys. So be sure that you're executing your strategies. Of course, use risk management out there. And also, before you go, we'd like to send you more information on the traditional markets. I'm not sure if you're in the stocks, but we'll send you that. We cover that 7 days a week. So we'd love for you to join us here on this interesting journey as we do the best that we can to understand the ebbs and the flows. So that's it, guys. I'm not going to take any more of your time. Take care of yourselves. Protect your portfolios. Execute your strategies. We're going to talk soon. And bye for now.